It's been a while since we filmed anything, and in the meantime we got married. She put a ring on it. We got a dog who's currently sleeping in the annex, which just gives us some nice puppy-free peace time. And it's now autumn. Summer's changed. Summer's gone, which is great, and the land's looking really green again. And autumn also brings with it some more sort of misty mornings and cooler temperatures. So our mushroom mission has been reinvigorated. Marissa ordered some mushroom seeds online, which sounds as dodgy as it is, but came in a nice box. It was very simple. 4 different types of mushrooms, and now we are making some simple beds for them, basically. So we've got these planks, which we sort of found in the adega. It's just sort of left over from the previous owners upstairs, and we're stripping them off and cleaning them up, and just going to make some really simple versions of those, basically, but kind of like shorter versions, just 1 plank high, and we'll put them in the shade in the woods over there with some straw from the hay bales, and we'll chuck the mushroom seeds in there, and hopefully in a few months actually get some mushrooms. Yeah. That's the plan. This is little Otta. Hey Otta, how's it going? Sitting in my shade. It's a bit hot, huh? It's a bit hot, huh? Yeah. She's almost 4 months old. She's a puppy from the rescue kennel, from the kennel. Her mum was rescued, and her mum had 9 puppies, and there were 5 left when we got there. And little Otto was the one that we liked the most, so we took her. Didn't we? Had her for about a week. Lots of lifestyle changes, including fencing around this area so that she doesn't escape, and just about to put up some more shade up here so that she has a nice place to rest when it's really hot, huh? Because it gets really hot, doesn't it? Yeah. Good girl. So we're back in the mushroom forest. Some time has passed, as is evidenced by Otta's growth. Otta, come here. So she is no longer a 4-month-old puppy. She is now a 7-month-old puppy, who is very large, but lots of fun. And we've learned some things over the past few weeks. So basically, timeline of events regarding our mushroom experiments. We did the initial experiments where we basically shoved the mycelium that we got from the mushroom producer here in Portugal. We just shoved that into some hay bales, and we scattered it around the woods, and we also put it into our compost. Then in the meantime, as you would have seen probably in this video, is that we decided to build some more sort of purpose-built mushroom beds in the forest, which you can see here, which is what Marissa is currently kind of working on. And we filled those beds with straw and these sort of mushroom plugs that we ordered online. Kind of thinking, okay, this is more of a controlled environment, so hopefully we can actually grow specific mushrooms in these mushroom beds. So that was a few months ago, but we haven't seen any results of that, basically. And after doing a little bit more research, we kind of realized, as this is like a very ongoing kind of learning process, we realized that we made some mistakes when making these beds. And the primary one is that the substrate that we're using, in this case hay from hay bales, needs to be pasteurized or sterilized. So basically I'll show you what we're looking at now and how it looks after it's been here for a few months, and then I'll explain basically what we're thinking to do next. So yeah, these beds have been in the forest for a few months, and quite particularly rainy months, which we thought was really great, because that meant that it was going to get lots of moisture, which it's definitely retained a lot of moisture. As you can see down here, it's like super wet, isn't it? But the other thing that's happened is that loads of grass and weeds and things have just started growing through the straw, which I think is something that can potentially be avoided if you're pasteurizing the hay.
Yeah, to just give your mycelium the best chances of colonizing the hay.
Straw and hay.
The straw and hay, yeah.
We found some really great videos on YouTube, which we can link in the description as well, just so that you guys can see our references as well, because it was really useful for us. Really great videos that are explaining that if we don't pasteurize them or sterilize them, then things like mold and other bacteria basically grow faster than the mycelium is able to, and then that kind of takes over the bed and it means that your mushrooms don't grow, or if they do grow, they don't give you a good enough yield, or yeah, the conditions just aren't good enough basically for them to grow properly. So new plan is that we are gathering up this straw into these big buckets. Basically we're going to chop them up into smaller pieces, so that because apparently that gives the mushrooms a much better chance as well, the mycelium a much better chance. And then we're going to pasteurize it using a cold pasteurization process with a mixture of water and lime, where you essentially just mix it up and you let it soak for a long period of time, and then that kills all the bacteria and sort of other organisms and funguses and stuff that are in the hay. As a small caveat, like all of our stuff, this isn't a how-to video. This is more of a how we're doing it video, and then we're going to see how it works out. Like with most things that we're doing, we don't really know what we're doing, so don't necessarily follow our advice, but we'll include our references in the description where we have them. And if anyone's got any advice or tips on how we can make things better or improve, or where we've gone wrong, please feel free to leave those in the comments. They're always helpful and appreciated.
Okay, so we have our buckets with the straw, and to do cold pasteurization we have to mix lime and water. The ratio is 2 grams per 1 liter of water. We have 85-liter buckets here. We're gonna fill it with 60 liters of water and add 120 grams of lime. and then we have to leave it to soak for 16 to 20 hours. So that's going to take a while. We need to raise the pH levels. That's what the lime is going to do to kill most of the microorganisms that are in the straw, so that gives the mycelium a good chance to colonize the straw. And then we're going to check with a pH meter to see if the water is at the right levels, which should be between 11 and 13 pH. So yeah.
So we're in our annex on another rainy Saturday. We've done our pasteurization, at least of the first mushroom bed, the first lot of straw. And now we're organizing our mycelium spawn, mushroom spawn, that has arrived this week. And it looks like a scene from like a drug bust movie. What we got?
So on this side we have pleurotus. This is the super productive variety, it says. It's the most common ones, the ones we see more commercially sold, so oyster mushrooms. And then this one is also oyster mushrooms, but it's Portuguese from wild areas in Portugal, and they've like been able to colonize it, which is good. So I was recommended this one. Let's see, it should do well in our climate. And then there's eringi. In Portuguese it's called cogumelo do cardo. Is this like white bottoms and small brown tops as well. Then we have Griffola frondosa, also known as maitake or hen of the woods, which should also, we'll see if it does well here. Then we have trametis, which is turkey's tail. So these kind of like brown and white stripes, which is supposed to be very medicinal. I've never tried or seen one, but we'll see if it takes here as well. And then we have white shimeji, which would be great to add to like ramen and some of our Asian recipes. So let's see what takes.
Yeah. And do we know what this stuff like is?
These are grains, I think. This is what they feed the mycelium on grains, which is highly nutritious. And now what we're going to move them into is straw. So.
Yeah, a new food source.
Yeah, let's hope this is it, because we've tried a lot of ways and we're hoping that this is finally the right way to do, even though, I mean, there's a lot that could have gone wrong already with our recipes, but we'll see. We'll try.
Take 3, mushroom mycelium, take 3. So that's the first bed. Eringi.
Eringi.
Huh?
Eringi.
Eringi, which is what again?
It's like those like white bottoms with small brown tops.
Okay, like thick white bottoms, like
Yeah.
baobab tree or whatever.
Yeah. Baobab.
Huh?
Baobab.
Okay, baobab.
This is just legit naming, huh?
Yeah.
Don't follow our...
Don't follow our names. So we've done a bit of a lasagna with our new pasteurized substrate. Then the grains that have the mushroom spawn on them, and then a kind of alternate layering of substrate and spawn. Yeah, until we get to the top. So hopefully this will actually produce some mushrooms. We'll see.
We see.
I
hope so.
And now we need to do it 4 more times, or 6 more times actually, because we've got 6 types of mushrooms, so we need to make some more beds. But yeah, that will happen over the coming days, because this takes 24 hours to complete the pasteurization. And there's lots of bugs around here, which is very unpleasant.
Yeah.
We're done.
Yeah, so we have planted these 4 beds, and we'll see if it will take weeks or months potentially, depending on the conditions that we have here. And hopefully we'll get some mushrooms soon.
Yeah, exciting times. What do you think, Otta? Excited?
You approve?
You don't care, do you? You don't care about our hard labours.
Can't eat mushrooms, so I'm not interested.